several years ago as a guide for my beginner students and the instructors in my Jiu-Jitsu Brotherhood affiliation. And I kind of got sidetracked. I had a lot of stuff to do. I was living in Australia at the time and I had to move back to England. And even though I was working on the project for a long time, I never had a big period where I could focus on it until the last 6 months or so. So I finally got it finished, and I'm really, really happy with the way it's turned out, and I'm sure you guys will be too. I really hope you pick up a copy. What it actually is it's a culmination of everything I've learned in this last almost 15 years involved in grappling and jiu-jitsu. So it's almost a distillation of all my knowledge. I've been traveling and competing and training all over the world for pretty much as long as I can remember, since my very early 20s, and I like to think that I picked up some cool tips and tricks on the way. And I was lucky enough to start my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training with Roger Gracie back in the day when he was just beginning to dominate the sport. And I got my black belt pretty quickly. It took me just over 4 years, and one of the reasons for that is because I spent these 4 years pretty much living and working in Roger's Academy in London. I actually moved from South Africa to London to train with him, and it was a full-time job getting beaten up by him for almost 4 years. So this book it's a distillation of what I learned during that time, and I think I probably could have got my black belt even quicker if I had known this stuff back then. So it's a pretty holistic and comprehensive framework for your journey into Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, we have sections in there that are related to conditioning and yoga and nutrition, and the reason I included that stuff in there is because I'm a big believer that I speak about the vehicle. Your body is the vehicle that you use to create your Jiu-Jitsu, and it's not enough to just learn more and more techniques. You want to make sure this vehicle is in as prime condition as possible. That's why when you look at guys like Hickson or Andre Galvao, these guys are proper specimens because they have maximized their physical potential, and a lot of the book is about that. It's about maximizing physical potential, ways in which you can condition yourself in order to become a better athlete and to better express your jiu-jitsu. And then there's also a big section on what I call invisible jiu-jitsu, which is a term Hickson uses. I don't use it in quite the same way, but I'm referring to all the intangible stuff in jiu-jitsu, the fact that the things like your breathing, how to pace your breathing while you're fighting, how to move with precision, how to be a relaxed and efficient grappler, which I think is so important. And the hallmarks of a good jiu-jitsu fighter is it's a guy who can train with ease and grace, and a lot of the book is about that. And then there are a few sections on techniques as well. I know a lot of you guys are technique junkies. You want to know all about the techniques, and I refer to what I consider the fundamental techniques, the fundamental attacks, the fundamental defensive movements, and also the most important actual movements on the ground. You know, there's it's all very well knowing how to do an armbar or a triangle or a rear naked choke, but if you don't know how to move properly, your scrambles and your whole game in general will not be anywhere near where it should be. So I put a lot of focus on that. And then there's a big part on the jiu-jitsu lifestyle, because we all know that jiu-jitsu is not just about going to the academy and training. There's much more to it than that. You know, for me, it's all about trying to improve yourself off the mat as well. So I include a lot of stuff on that, stuff about visualization, stuff about creating flow charts, and the other fun aspects of the lifestyle, like going to train in Brazil. I remember I went to Brazil a couple of times and trained there, and I share with you guys a little bit about what I learned training in Brazil and how to make that as cool of an experience as possible. And also competing. Most of you, I'm sure, have competed already, but some of us haven't, and there's a lot of tips in there for the first-time competitors as well as the veteran competitors, which I'm sure will help improve how you approach and experience competition. So I really hope you guys check it out. There's a 100% money-back guarantee, and if you want to know anything else about it, feel free to contact me through the Jiu-Jitsu Brotherhood page. You just click on the contact button at the top there, or you can go to the Facebook page and leave me a message there. I don't get back to people instantly because I get loads and loads of emails, so it might take me a few days, but I always do respond. And check it out. I hope you guys enjoy it. Until then, I'll see you guys on the mat.